At 6'10" from LSU and Melbourne, number 10, Ben Simmons.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got Jay Williams and Jay Rose tonight, man. They got beef over Ben Simmons right now. Well, I ain't gonna call it beef, but they have a little discrepancy going on right there. Jalen Rose, he spoke on NBA Countdown the other day, and he was very critical of Ben Simmons' play, and he said, you know, he's pretty much ski mask robbing the Nets right now, you know, that he's not playing up to the level. And that, I think when Jalen Rose says that, he's saying it in an all-encompassing way, where he's talking about, you know, his lack of production for the Sixers, you know, sitting out, blaming it on mental health. Although you never want to jump the gun on somebody's mental health and say they faking, I think it's kind of clear, you know, at this point, because he wanted all that money back. He wanted to be paid, and he just didn't want to play because he got booed, man. Let's just call that what it is. He got booed, and he didn't want to play in Philly, and it hurt his feelings. But he tried to play the system, and I think that's what Jalen Rose is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And he said it was, you know, straight up robbery and all that. And Jay Williams did not take kindly to those words, man. I'm gonna let you hear exactly what Jay Williams said, but first, I'm gonna show you a shot that Jalen Rose took at Jay Williams, you know, a while ago.
Until you do it in the playoffs,
Understood.
that question, he's doing it in the
he's been doing it in the playoffs, 48 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. He is that guy. And I tried to tell my man Jay Rose, he kept gloating about how good the Bucks were defensively. I said if they played drop coverage, it was going to be a problem for the Bucks. Before you talk, hold on, let me break it down. Let me show you.
Well, I got hacked.
Let me show you what I have meant. Professor Jay's breakdown. So you can see a little full court pressure here.
Now, Jay Williams and Jay Rose always took these kind of shots at each other. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a new thing. They've always traded little friendly jabs here and there, but they have a pretty good working relationship up to this point. But Jay Williams was a little incensed when he heard Jalen's comments from NBA Countdown the other day, and this is what he had to say.
Listen to Jalen, ESPN NBA analyst, of course, on NBA Countdown Friday.
Ben Simmons is stealing money. Ski mask and gloves, as a matter of fact. And let me get some stats for you, Stephen A.
Please.
He has 119 fouls, 113 baskets this year.
Wow.
Only 2 of them outside of the paint, and he's shooting 43% from the free throw line. That's a guy they traded for James Harden, who, by the way, is averaging 20 and 10 and fitting in like a glove in Philadelphia.
Can I address something before we get into whether Ben Simmons will be a star or not?
No.
I really, and I know it's easy, like as a fan, you can sit there and say he's stealing money. Like, I get it. He's underperforming, drastically underperforming. You know, but like when you refer to a dude by saying he's stealing money, ski mask and all, we're comparing him to bank robbers now. Like that's.
Well, wait, are you being a little sensitive about that?
Yeah,
right
I
now,
am being
Jay?
because that's coming from an athlete. That's coming from an athlete that I know has been in a position before. If you want me to keep it a buck, that Jay Rose underperformed too. Now, to a degree, on some of his contracts. So I'm just being real about it. Like it's like I just get frustrated when there's not sensitivity levels when it's coming from our own.
But I wonder if
like
you
if it's
talk to
coming, Max,
Jalen.
hold on, Max. If it's coming from you, or if it's coming from Stephen A. Smith, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. But when it's coming from one of our own, like when they haven't performed at an ultimate high level and they've gotten rewarded deals here and there, we've seen it.
I mean, we get Jalen on the show to talk about
I
this.
would love
Jalen's
to. Stealing money, okay. Ski mask and all. Like it's just a different level. I hear how you're trying to rationalize it. I'm just going to tell you how that is reflective sometimes when you hear that in the locker room. Because Ben Simmons is still one hell of a defensive player. Yeah. He may not be able to score the bucket at all. He needs to be more aggressive.
So they paying him for so essentially they paying him for defense.
In this past like 5-6 years, some of the things I've heard, people shut up, play basketball, things of this sort, right?
Yeah.
When I hear us describe players, right? Like as black men players, it's like, oh, like, he's stealing money, ski mask and all. I'm like, yo, man, like you starting to really enter a different conversation in my.
So, man, as you can see, Jay Williams was not feeling that at all. He thought that was ridiculous, and he's talking about fellow athletes diminishing the value of another athlete, right? So I could see what he's trying to say there. He was like, he could see if Stephen A. and Max is saying it, but another athlete saying it. Well, no, Jay, this has been Kwame Brown's problem with Stephen A. Smith. You see what I'm saying? Trying to call him a bust and label him that so he can't get certain brand deals and everything. So, no, if we don't want anybody doing it, then we don't want anybody doing it. And because saying a bust, putting a label on somebody as if they're nothing, that goes beyond it. People say it's not personal, but I think that is where you cross into the personal, because now you're affecting somebody's bottom dollar, you know. And I ain't saying they're gonna get the biggest endorsements, but they could get some solid local endorsements, some solid regional endorsements with different companies and everything. But if you call them a bust, then hey, you know what I'm saying? You could, like, imagine if Stephen A. called Kwame Brown the board man or something like that, getting rebounds or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If he called him the rim protector or something like that, he could get probably could get a deal, like, I don't know, with like like a paint company or something like that, like controlling the paint or something. You know, it's so your words can influence that. So if Jay Williams don't want Jalen Rose to say that, then he should not want Stephen A. and Max to say it either. And I think Jalen Rose is right in the case of Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons diminished his own value by not playing and not getting a jump shot. I mean, we talking about a guy that makes max money. His next contract is going to be one of the biggest drop-offs of all time, you know, as far as what one person earned from one contract to the next without significant injury. He just didn't put in the work. So he, you know, he's just not that guy, man. Mentally, it just seems like something, and I ain't talking about mental health as far as like him not being able to go out there and play, but it seems like he is a little weak when it comes to the Philadelphia fans. I feel like they broke him. And those are some harsh. Those fans can be harsh. They could be really harsh, you know. It ain't no way around that. But Ben Simmons, the talent I saw this man have, I seen him in high school several times. Seen him at the NBA Top 100 camp. Seen him play at his high school several times. And let me tell you guys, Ben Simmons used to take jump shots in high school. He didn't shoot them a lot, but he shot them with confidence. He would pull up for a three in transition every now and again. He would shoot, and I'm talking about this is against elite players. He's did it on the same court with Jalen Browns and them type players. He's pulled up like casually in transition. So something, the lack of confidence in his jump shot over the years has continued to diminish. Let me tell you, because I've seen it firsthand. He's never been a spectacular shooter, but he would, if you leave him open, he would pull it. You know, once upon a time. So I just don't know what's going on with him, man. But I think he's diminished his own value. I don't think that's exclusive to Jalen Rose. And I know Jalen Rose, I know how he meant that, you know. He just wants to see him do better, man. Wants to see him do better. But to say Jalen didn't do what he was supposed to do on some of these contracts, you leaving yourself open for Jalen's response. And let's hope Jalen don't talk about, you know what, you didn't protect yourself in that incident that pretty much put an end to your career. I wouldn't speak about underperforming when you weren't making the decisions like off the court. And before then, you weren't shooting like a high percentage even when you were playing with the Bulls. I remember your career. It was a little underwhelming prior to the injury. So you left yourself open for Jalen to go there. I just hope he doesn't go there, because I think that would be tasteless. But to say he's underperforming and your tone, I could see that crossing his mind. Like, I know this dude. What? I know he's got that kind of mentality, you know. So, hey, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.